back live from the Hub City, Drake City, Coco, DJ D Love on the ones and twos, man. And we got our next guest in the building. We have publication company Nation 19. We have Queenie. We got Akeem in the building. What's going on, people?
What's up?
What's up?
How y'all doing today?
What's up?
We doing good.
Good.
I'm glad y'all can make it out here, man, today.
Yeah.
I really appreciate y'all taking the time to stop
We
by.
had to make it. We had to make
Yeah,
it. Definitely.
You guys are a very, very busy couple, man. And I wanted to acknowledge the fact Nation 19, people that don't know what Nation 19, the magazine is, can we briefly just describe what's Nation 19?
Well, Nation 19 is a magazine. However, we are multimedia activists, which means we practice activism through multimedia, whether it's social media, film, anything that has to do with a medium of social justice and equality. So,
And
yeah.
visual anthropologists as well. So.
Right.
Okay. Now, I was on the website and I've been hearing a lot about this Bars for Justice. And it's a documentary that you guys shot in Ferguson during the whole Mike Brown situation.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a benefit concert that was going down out there. You guys documented the whole thing. It included Common, Talib Kweli,
Cornell West.
Oh man, I'm a big fan of Cornell West.
So
and a few other.
The project was actually interesting because we were invited to just shoot the concert. And it was a benefit concert for Michael Brown's 1 year anniversary of his death. So while we were shooting it, it was right near the end, right after Common had performed, we were told that another kid had got shot by the Ferguson police, and we're like, damn, like this is it's almost like I got hit. Yeah, like we were raising money for his family, and then another kid gets shot. So we ran, tried to film. We got tear gas. We almost got shot. We almost got killed that night. But the next morning, we assembled with clergy from Jewish community, from Christian community, Cornell West, and a few activists. They marched onto the Department of Justice, and we shot the rest of the film. But the crazy thing about it was there was a blockade, and the reason why the film is kind of special because it's it is special, but reason why people are talking about it a lot is that the blockade, we jumped over the blockade. Now, you're supposed to get arrested when you got to jump over the blockade. So when you watch the film, it's the only time that you ever see the film from the perspective of the cops looking at them, the protesters. So it's real impactful. So that's one of the major differences with this film. It's only 9 minutes.
That's it?
It's only a 9-minute film. It's short. And so
you guys have
Queen edited the film. So,
really?
Yeah. And directed it. So
Wow.
Now, you guys have won several awards. Let's see, you guys won.
And Jasul, her brother, did music in the film too. This is a family project.
Oh yeah,
We're a family
thing.
company. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. I'm a fan of that, man. You guys got the best short documentary in the 23rd Pan African Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
You guys had the Audience Choice Award. What was that? The Uptown Short Film Festival.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have done screenings all over the country off this 9-minute. I didn't even know it was 9 minutes, but off this 9-minute.
And a little behind the scenes that no one knows. Before we turned it into a film, when we were still in Ferguson, BBC Television came to us and tried to purchase the footage because nobody jumped over that barrier. So CNN,
nobody trying to go to jail for it.
If you actually watched CNN, you see us filming on the other side with the cops. And it was one of those situations that's kind of strange because we just knew that the cops wasn't tripping. That exact moment,
I was gonna ask you, how
they just, you just feel energy, and so, but anyway, we didn't sell out, and we just organized it into a film, and it's.
Can I ask you, what was the number that they came at y'all with to buy the?
It was a lot, but it's cool. But when I first met you, I told you, I said, Nation 19 magazine. Reason why we reach a lot of people, even on social media, is because people come to us to kind of curate the news, and we don't sell out. We never sold out. We don't have any advertisers. How we make and monetize our the money that we do make comes from our art projects, our exhibits, our filmmaking. I mean, Queen does commercials for Fortune 500 companies. We haven't been doing that for the whole year of 2016. We've been just doing everything in-house.
Right, and
so
we're
we
public
fight.
speakers.
Yeah, and we
so
speak at colleges.
Universities and colleges as well.
So what were you guys doing individually before you guys came together to start Nation 19?
Crib walking on pyramid.
Before you got saved.
I saw D-Love tapping into Queenie's inner thug with playing all his West Coast music.
It's coming out.
No, I actually have a background in education.
Okay.
My mother was an elementary grade teacher, and I was as well.
Okay.
And then after that, it really got me more interested into film because film is another medium for education as well. Actually, it is education. You know, when you ask somebody about going outside of the country, the first thing they name you is a film. They don't want to go there because they saw this crazy movie about that place. So, yeah, that's how I got into film and media. And then Hakeem, he's always been into some type of radio film. He was working at WBLS in New York, and he was working at Kiss FM in Burbank. So we always had some type of social type of media background, yeah.
But what
education.
have you guys always been interested in wanting to be involved in, with the community and what's just going on, not just here, but everywhere around the world with the issues that's been going on?
Yes. I was born in the Nation of Islam, so I've actually never been to public school. Even though I speak at universities, I've never been in any of the public school system at all. So being raised in the Nation, my mother and father, they actually ran the University of Islam in California. And so my background of doing for self, making your own businesses, fighting for our people, that's been me ever since I was little. Similar to what you guys are doing here. So it's not like I just jumped on the bandwagon of being an activist, because I'm not going to name anybody, but a lot of people are starting, that's in right now.
Right.
And so, but no, that's really my passion. That's Hakeem's passion as well, and that's something that we just love to do.
Yeah, the whole thing about activists right now is kind of like blown up. Like, Kam is an activist, but a real activist.
Right.
So activism and all this stuff, it's a key word right now to get money. So a lot of these organizations, a lot of these so-called activists are just fake. Okay? And so... fake. That's what Kam.
Straight up to my face.
Yeah, but and it's kind of interesting because when we did the film, we got jumped into this Black Lives Matter type thing.
Right.
All right. I'm not gonna diss Black Lives Matter because it's nothing wrong with the term and what it's used for, but being in Ferguson, seeing Darren Seals, meeting Darren Seals, knowing that he got shot in the head and thrown into his car and burnt up, that's the real Ferguson activist. Okay, he's in our film for like a split second, but I chopped it up with the brother, and I'm like, damn, when we was in China, we like, he got murdered, but it was 6 other brothers that got murdered that was tied to Mike Brown. Those are the real activists. So these organizations came in and was like, you know what, let's pay you $9,000 a month to shut up. We're gonna take this over from here moving forward. And so
that's what happens.
That's what happens all over the country. That's what happens in hip hop. That's what happens, in media. That's what happens in radio. That's what. So when Queen said we're multimedia activists, we take what we have learned from radio, from television, from film, from print design. I did beats for Kam back in the days. This is my dude, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even know he was on the show today. You know what I'm saying? Me and Queen.
Y'all live right order from each other.
We really do. That's my boy, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother, so, but activism is so much more, but the problem is that the money has basically pimped everybody, and there's no real, that's why you don't see nothing happening in the hood. Got all these organizations, all these activists, but ain't shit happening, Right. Nation 19 is like I said earlier, it's like curation. So people come to us now and say, what's going on in the news? Okay, let me see what y'all got to say. And so, because we're coming from an angle where we're nonpartisan, we're not Clinton, we're not Trump, we give a shit about either one of them, you know what I'm saying?
You're gonna believe the facts.
Yeah, but just the facts, you know what I'm saying? And that's what what we're doing, and even with our films, this is not the first film, because I told you when we last year we also did another film for the United Nations.
Okay, yeah.
It was on drug policy. Yeah. We went where Pablo Escobar. We went to Medellin, we went to Bogota, and Queen directed that film as well. But it was only screened for the United Nations. So it was just, for them.
I actually was just watching his story on Netflix, man. They had me captured. I'm like,
oh yeah, it was good, but it's all lies.
Yeah, that's
it's
all
lies. So when you go to, it's just like,
y'all just took the air out.
Let me tell you straight up. So Pablo Escobar and the whole, and I don't want to cut,
go ahead.
But Pablo Escobar is very crucial if you understand what happened, because he's basically a Robin Hood.
Yeah.
So the drug thing, I don't know that side. But when we were in Medellin, this dude has murals. He's loved by those people, by the poor people.
Right.
So the people who, and we were talking about this, the difference between traffickers and drug dealers, and what was the other one? But anyway, but this is important. So when you hear about drugs, you always hear about drug dealers, but it's the traffickers that make the money.
Right.
You hear about the growers. They want you to hate those growers in South America, right? Hate them because they're growing the cocaine and it's killing your black. No, it's not, because those growers are growing indigenous plants that have been growing for millions and thousands of years, and it's a tea that they use. These chemists came up in there and used that property and changed up the chemicals and made it a drug and added gasoline and all this Drano and made you cocaine, and they sell it for almost $20,000 a key. They got like $80.
Yeah.
Damn.
So we did a film. We did a film about this, and the organization that paid us to do it, it was like, can you change this? Can you change? It was like, no, we're done. Sayonara.
Yeah.
So y'all didn't change nothing about it.
We ain't changed
We're
nothing.
not gonna change nothing.
So where's the film at now?
It's the United Nations. They had to screen it. They had to screen it as is. So
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's good.
I wanted to know, how important do you guys think it is to actually go to these locations that you're covering your stories on? Because, there's a lot of people who cover the stories, the media, but they're here and they're just going off of things that they've heard or they've seen or, and they're putting something together. But you guys are actually going to these locations.
Right.
Like, we wouldn't know about Pablo Escobar. We wouldn't know that, they love him over there. He has murals. Like you said, Netflix, they didn't portray that.
Right.
So how important do you guys think it is to go to these
very
places?
Important. In fact, when we were just speaking at Cal State Long Beach in January for Martin Luther King Day, a student asked us that same question, and the answer is that we definitely need to encourage our youth, especially not just us as filmmakers or journalists, but the youth of our communities, to get their passport. You don't have to buy Jordans this month. You can buy something else, buy a passport, get out the country, and go explore for yourself. And not just go out to party like you're going to Vegas or something. Right. But you need to learn the world and learn things from yourself and stop. I mean, basically, it's hearsay. You hear it from the news and you regurgitate it out. So it's very important.
Before we went to Beijing, it was just so crazy. It's like, be careful, and we're out there, and it was just unbelievable. If any black person listens to this show, go to Beijing, because you will feel like Michael Jackson when you get there. They mobbed us, and I never felt like that in my life. I'm talking about, we went from to the parking, in front of the studio here to here. It took us about an hour because about 300 people was taking photos. We're the only black people at Tiananmen Square. And it was unbelievable, the love that you feel when you're outside this country. So it's important that black people get out of this country.
We need to build some love somewhere.
Right.
Let's start up.
Live from Beijing, radio.
That would be dope.
Hey, on the real, man. All right, look, we're going to take a break real quick. D-Love, take us out real quick. We got more with Nation 19. We got Kam still in the building, man. We're going to bring him back up here. We're going to bring it in as a family. We can chop it up.
Yes,
so
sir.
we'll be right back, live from the hub. Big Trace, Big Coco. Can you turn the house speaker down a little bit, too? Okay, we are back live from the Web City Dre City Coco, DJ D Love on the ones and twos, and we got all our guests in the building now. And Cam, Queen,
Yes.
we got Akeem in the building, man.
Rip.
We all talked about a few things that all kind of like was similar in terms of just our culture and leadership and people that speaks on our behalf, people that don't. If I was to throw some names out there of people that maybe have spoke up.
He tried.
No, I mean,
he tried to start stuff.
we should know this, right?
Start stuff.
People that aren't accountable, should we not know that?
I mean, it's all relative. It's all our opinion anyway.
Okay,
so
now
put it out there.
That
Let's see.
part, that part. So if we were to throw a couple people out there, let's say, and it could go either way. Jesse Williams.
Oh yeah. I think he accountable. Like
I
that's.
think he good.
I think he speak. My personal opinion. I think because I don't know how he grew up or how he lived or where he from, but his platform and his voice, he's saying what should be said. I give him credit.
I say the same thing because he didn't have to do that.
Yeah, he didn't have to do that.
And he already had money. It ain't like he's got funded and, I'm going to do this.
Same with Kaepernick. To me, Kaepernick is the same. He might have been, he grew up maybe with a silver, even though he was adopted, but he might have grew up well off by his adopted parents, but he chose to do like Moses did. Like, you know, even though I was raised by Pharaoh, man, I don't like how y'all doing my people.
But do any of you have an issue with the fact that he did not vote?
Hell no, I don't vote. Vote.
All right.
We ain't got voters up here, huh?
When Moses had when he came to Pharaoh, they cast their serpents. So you cast your votes. So
Yeah, that's all that
That's
means.
how I look at voting.
Because vote, that's like Vegas. You know what I'm saying? That's already fixed. Like Trump said, it's fixed.
Now-
You gonna vote for Satan, Beelzebub, or the devil? Like, I mean, ain't none of it in our favor. So
I mean, I think that is good if you do deal with local issues.
yeah, local voting.
Local voting is
that's
good,
it.
but
Yeah,
national
yeah.
elections is just a
Yeah,
waste of
that's
time.
Now,
Okay.
you,
All
guys,
right.
you had mentioned his background, Jesse Williams' background. Like, how relative is someone's background based on?
I don't
Speaking.
really think that your background even matter. If you got the nuts to at the present time
Or the broad strap.
yeah, exactly. to say what needs to be said, no matter what your background is, then you go down in history as one of those revolutionary voices. You don't have to be a G or have no penitentiary, no stripes or gang bang or none of this and have no felonies on your record. If you're gonna use your platform, you know, at its height in its prime, you know, when people is listening, because they be trying to tell Kaepernick, wait till football is over. They're not listening to you once your football career is over.
Yeah, right.
Do it right now while they listening to you. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, whether I never claim to be perfect. I might got skeletons in my closet and holes and some video on me that's gonna be compromising, but like they had that on Martin Luther King, but they didn't punk him, so let it be what it's gonna be.
Hey, I do have to. This is funny because every time Cam say something about somebody that's a sellout, he always say the same thing: white hoes and cigarettes.
White hoes, cigarettes, and
White
pork.
What?
Pork, white hoes, and cigarettes. You know what I'm saying?
That's the
I don't
sellout.
know.
That's the sellout pack. Sellout
That's
package.
the starter kit.
That's the starter kit for black
Okay,
men.
what about T.I.?
T.I.
That's give me stuff.
Is he good in the hood?
I don't know. I'm not from, like, I like what he's saying. I don't know what he doing in his hood, but I like his voice. I like his voice. I don't know his personal situation in his hood, but I like what has bled into my reality, what I can see once it hit my my radar. So I like what T.I. doing.
Queen.
I'm personally this is just me.
No, speak on.
I'm not feeling T.I.
Why?
Because I think that what he last did with the video about the cops, dealing with that. I think that was really cool. But throughout the years of what he's been doing, because we worked on a project with him when he was doing the Give Back Your Gun thing,
Oh, yeah,
and he
that's
went
right.
to jail, and being from that point of view, from that side, it was really like propaganda so he can get out of jail faster. In my
Oh,
eyes.
like good.
Right.
And what's
Good
the white girl that he was promoting real hard?
Iggy
Iggy.
Azalea.
I mean, to me, like he defended her too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I get you with that, but I wasn't.
But then that's your product, though.
But that's
Right,
but
right.
that's
That's
the
his
problem.
money.
Product and money is not your legacy.
Right. And
You
then-
can't take that to the grave.
And then
you know what I'm
another
saying?
thing with Iggy, like, I don't even it doesn't have anything to do with color or race or anything like that. But when I went and actually looked at the videos that she was promoting, showing little boys, it looked like lightweight porn to me. Showing little black boys looking at her like she's some kind of sex object. That was like really foul to me. And I don't think our men should be defending that. Like, what do you?
Right.
So that's
that?
T.I.
And
I
then
can
now,
see that.
and then now, okay, all this crazy stuff with the cops is getting big in the news. Now you want to jump on being cool with the community? Like, I just personally don't.
But that's how they on Kaepernick too. A lot of people like saying he doing that for a gimmick because some
I don't see
female
that,
turned.
man.
I mean,
I don't see
but
that.
just like y'all got a personal, y'all might got a personal history or
know a
personal
little bit
situation,
different, yeah.
and people got personal histories with Kaepernick or with such and
Right,
such.
that's true.
So you gonna look like I might feel that way about a lot of y'all favorite rappers.
Cube.
Yeah.
I know personally, but I can look at the best part. I can settle on the best part of Cube. You know what I'm saying? Because he did put his nuts on the line and said some real shit when it mattered. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, what kind of pressure or whatever got put on him afterwards that made him kind of like,
Retract a
tone
little
that
bit.
tone. I don't know if he retracted it, but he just didn't keep going with on that line.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what that is.
Okay, I got another one for you guys. Dr. Umar Johnson.
What about him?
I mean,
What about it?
come on, bro.
No, I mean,
You don't even need to even. That's
mean,
not
a lot
even
of people-
debatable. At
Well, I
this
mean,
point.
what was the question? What's the question?
We're
again?
talking about your opinions on community leaders or activists or.
I think he got a lot of information, and all information came from some other source other than ourselves. You can't act like you invented or
That's a
you
good
you
point.
created the information. The information that he's becoming known and notarized, notoriety about came from the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking his ability to take that information and make a name for himself, but don't act like you don't know where it came from. You know what I'm saying? And don't, like once we get into the ego thing, like I'm Big Papa and you putting all these little ego terms on something that's that serious. This is about life and death of a whole nation of people. It's not about Big Papa or such and such and none of that. You know what I'm saying? We got the Prince of African.
But what Cam is saying, that's a good point, because when you really doing the work, your humility comes out.
Yeah.
You feel humility. Cam don't have to come. Cam has got. I mean, this dude done everything. He's here at this show out of humility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So Umar Johnson, I'm not dissing the brother for what he's built. You know what I'm saying? But the humility is not there. So you can't lead people without humility. That's impossible. Because when you lead, you're gonna lead them to your ego. And when they get there, then they're gonna fall. And that's not gonna work.
And it's charisma. Like it's a lot of
Yeah.
charismatic speakers, and our people like Glasses. Me, my homie G Malone, he hit me early. We be having conversations about it. Glasses is a real intelligent young dude.
Yeah, he is.
we talked
Right.
to him a few times.
Yeah, so we was talking about what attracts the ignorant masses, and what attracts the ignorant masses is offensive, being on the offense. Like, he was telling me about Dennis Rodman was the greatest defensive, player, and defense wins games, but it's about who's scoring the points. You know what I'm saying? Dennis Rodman was really greater than Magic Johnson, but since Magic Johnson was on the offense, anybody that's on the offense, like boxing or whatever, you're a
That's true.
defensive boxer,
That's
you're not
true.
exciting. But if you Mike Tyson and you going in for the kill, even if you get knocked out, people like that.
Well, can I throw one out there?
Yeah.
If you got
one more.
no. This is
Yeah.
on what you said. Floyd Mayweather. He's a defensive fighter.
Yeah, and that's why people got criticism about him and all of that. They'd rather see him go in there hard and get knocked out or knock somebody out. They don't want to see nobody dancing around for 12 rounds.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But with him, not to cut your wisdom, I think that. So going back to, I had a conversation with this brother. I can't remember his name. He's very intelligent. I don't even understand how he's a comedian, because that's what he explained.
Oh, we got
Nova came from Compton.
Yeah, Novocaine is off the chain.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
But it's more in line to what, like, when you don't have that knowledge, and Cam said this early too, when you don't really know something, like Floyd Mayweather got all this money and he's so egotistical but he's good. You know what I'm saying? He's good at what he does. He's dope. But he needs knowledge of self. He needs to know that, look, you got all this money, but that shit don't mean nothing when you die. Go build some schools. Go do some things in your community. Build some goddamn grocery store. If you ain't got a grocery store in the neighborhood you in, shut up. You ain't doing shit. Period. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel.
And we want to see that aggression.
Yeah.
Like, our people, like, we want conflict. We want to see somebody being on the offensive.
Yeah.
But the key word of in offensive, being on it, is offend. You're going to offend somebody. Like rappers, they go at other rappers, they dissing. That's because they aggressively going at them. So, it's beef. He got the heart to say something against Cube or something against Snoop or something against Dre or whatever. Like, he going at him. And so that's like he's on the offense. He's not defending himself. He's, he's actively saying this and that.
Yeah.
And that's what we feed on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is, man. So okay, now switching lanes. I want to talk. What's next? What do we have next
Nation 19.
for Nation 19?
It's top secret.
G14 classified.
Actually, we well, you could talk about the project in Phoenix that we're doing. That Kam, we're gonna invite you to. You gotta come.
Yes. Actually, right now we are preparing to have an exhibit. It's an anthropological augmented reality exhibit on the Black presence in Mexico, which will be opening March 2nd in Phoenix, downtown Phoenix. And actually, Mayor Greg Stanton of Phoenix will be attending. He's in complete full support of the project. And it's a way that we can bring those two cultures together and show the unity within those two cultures, the Black and the Mexican.
When is this?
March 2nd.
March
It's
2nd.
going to be
Okay,
running through the
Phoenix.
whole month. Yes.
Yeah, we'll send you information about it. It's gonna be dope.
Okay.
We'll send. It's a book, a companion book, and we'll send you the book too. It's like an 80-page book of our
It's
research in Mexico.
Augmented reality. I don't know if you know what augmented
What is augmented
reality.
reality? I don't know.
Pokemon Go.
Pokemon, what'd you say?
Like
Pokemon Go.
Like
What
you
is
put
that?
your phone up and you actually see something.
So the photos in the exhibit,
okay.
you'll
Right.
when you hold up your phone, you'll see additional information, video clips, all that. So it's not just the
picture.
one-dimensional photo. And
Are you guys gonna do that in other locations as well?
this is the first. So
Oh, okay.
this particular gallery came to us and basically was like, "Yo, we have to do this." It's the #1 gallery in Phoenix. So
Nice.
so it's the first time. So basically, I was just sharing with another person earlier today. It's basically a documentary film that you're immersed in. Instead of watching it, you're interacting with it.
Right.
So it's the first of a kind
Augmented
augmented reality.
And when will Bars for Justice be available for us regular people?
Well, I mean, we're still screening it. So, the whole thing with the film, it has distribution right now, but the distribution is United States and Canada through public libraries and universities.
Okay.
So when it finishes with that, then it'll
move on to the next
move
phase.
on. Yeah. So.
And Kam, you're working on something Black and Brown, right?
Yeah. Like right up,
That's
on
what's
the
up.
music
That's
side
right.
of what they doing.
Yeah.
I just finished an album.
He be copying
project.
us.
I'm a sucker MC everybody as much as I possibly can.
You got your house.
Right.
Working on Black and Brown. That's right, man.
I'm on that. I'm gonna put it out before you.
Yeah, I know.
I got an album project called Mutual Respect on New Birth Entertainment. Shouts out to my homie Reg from Compton.
It's dope.
And it's what they saying basically just on a rap album. It's like Kam, I'm Mr. Peace Treaty. So instead of Bloods and Crips, I did a whole album with Black and Brown because of the South Sider, historic feud that been, the essays and the blacks in Southern California. So I got the green light from, the big homies and the shot callers on the brown side and on the black side, behind the wall and all of that. So we put this project together, and it's just the first of its kind. It's first of a whole series of them.
What made you want to do that?
Because like Hakeem and Queen said, like our foundation is NOI, and in NOI we taught the knowledge of self and who the original indigenous people of the planet are. And it's not just the black people of Africa. That's just one tribe of the original indigenous, but it's 11 other tribes, and one of the tribes is the Native American. You know what I'm saying? So we all family, just we kind of just been divided up into tribes, to express our unique expressions over the years. Right. But at a certain time, like it's predicted, we all gonna come back together as one and share our unique experience of what we went through over history and over time and all of that. So that's what they doing with the film. That's what I'm doing with the music. That's what a few other people is doing in other areas. And shouts out to all of the homies, some of my essay homies, like they you know, the Florencia, the 13s, like, you know what I'm saying? They, you know,
real ones out.
Yeah, that's right. F13.
And my son, Kamal Shah, he featured on the song featuring Corrupt.
Come on, how long you been rapping?
Like 2 years.
What?
He knew Jack Hustler, you know what I'm saying? But he been watching his pops, you know, from day one.
Come on, you feel any type of shoes you need to feel like it? Is the pressure? Is the pressure on you?
Yeah, it's the pressure on my brother.
Every day. Asking, am I doing what I'm supposed to do?
Yeah, but he a grinder, like he real aggressive, but at the same time he a student. You know what I'm saying? So if he ain't sure about something, he'll ask me. He'll call me too much. I'll be like, man, just take a chance, just do it. You know what I'm saying? I got your back. Don't worry about it. Just do it.
That's dope.
Well, so what do you enjoy the most about being an artist? Then, and only 2 years that you. I know it's only been 2 years, but
Performing.
Oh yeah.
Like my first performance is at the Forum.
The what?
Damn, wait, what?
What? She said where? In England?
Not the house party. The forum.
So performance like that feeling is like a
Rush.
like a drug.
Yeah,
Even though I don't do drugs, but it's like a
Yeah, not with that dad. That's right.
So okay, performing is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay, man. So now the Black and Brown project. How many tracks are you?
It's like 18 tracks on them, and like I said, it's just part one is volume one. Volume one is the Southsiders. You know what I'm saying? The Southsiders from Southern California to Texas, New Mexico, like, you know, just the blue, the Southsiders, the Serrenos, you know what I'm saying? And then the next one we plan on doing, God willing, is the Norteños, the North Side, and then we're going to do an Asian one. So the whole theme is mutual respect. You know what I'm saying? Just bridging the tribes. We all indigenous, so we just bridging the tribes and make it in one nation. Just like Nation 19, we just one nation.
So how do you go about picking these artists?
They got to be on your radar. They got to already have a buzz. You know what I'm saying? They already known and they respect. It's not about just commercial acclaim. You got to have some hood reputability about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's dope.
So that's what we're doing, because it's really geared toward the penitentiaries and the prisons, and then the street bleed over to the streets. And last we worried about is commercial, you know, status. This is a warrior movement. It's a real movement.
Our unity is like an atomic bomb.
Yeah.
Ain't that the quote?
Yeah, our unity.
So it's dope.
Yeah.
Man, well, I'm looking forward to all of this, man. The
Yeah.
Black
I
and Brown
hope that
project.
comes to LA next.
Oh yeah, it's
Yes,
coming, right?
yes, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's definitely
You
coming.
can put it out there now.
Yeah, I'm just speaking
Come on,
that into existence
Yes.
Put them on, put them on pressure on them.
That's dope.
Now, people can keep up with Nation 19 on nation19.com.
Nation19.com,
Or
Instagram,
on Facebook.
Facebook.
Same thing.
Instagram.
At Nation 19.
Hashtag
Yeah.
APDTA stands for All People Don't Think Alike.
That's right.
All patriots don't trust America.
Man.
All praise due to Allah.
Yeah, that way.
Whatever you want to do.
Dude, I swear, I said, man, what is it? Because it's on the clothing. It's all on the clothing. I saw
Right.
them had some t-shirts.
Cam was our first model. When we first, this is so weird. I don't know if Tane just like architect this, because I didn't know Cam was on the show until this morning. So I was like, what? I was like, is he on Skype?
And she was like,
he was supposed to be on Skype, and she was like, coming herself.
That's because I've been promising Tane for the last, I don't know how many months. I was going, you know, so
That's
I couldn't
dope.
do the Skype thing. I had to show up in person. So shouts out to Tane.
Tane is
Thank
dope.
you.
That's a dope sister.
Man, yes she is, man. Yes she is. I've had the luxury of working with her for only a year, man. But in that 1 year, man,
She a G.
on the real. Much love, and happy birthday again.
Happy born
Happy
day.
birthday!
The captain.
It's really your birthday.
I know. Made up a date.
Hey man, I appreciate you all for taking the time.
Yo,
to stop.
appreciate you. This is a dope,
Thank you
dope
so
show.
much.
I need y'all signature on the wall, man. Y'all
yeah.
make y'all mark however it is y'all want to make it, wherever it is y'all want to make it.
I need
What's
to do
your,
a whole mural.
what's your social media thing?
You can follow me at the Real Kamal Shah, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all that.
The Real Kamal Show?
Real Kamal.
Real
Nation
Kamal.
19.
At Nation 19.
At Nation 19.
Nation 19.
And I'm what am I?
At West Coast.
Yeah,
West Coast Cam. Not just Cam. The West Coast Cam.
Yeah, West Coast Cam, man. That's-
Cam's dope.
That part, man. All right, man. We gonna take we out of here, man. It's the Hub Radio. Thank y'all.
Peace.
See you next time.
West Side.
Yes.